Of all the airports I've flown in and out of in the Northeast United States, Philly's airport has one of the most concise public transit options to take you from your gate to the city's transportation hub. The distance between the airport and Center City, Philadelphia isn't arguably far, but compared to other major cities in the Northeast megalopolis, you spend less time navigating your exit from the airport terminal in Philly and getting onto the regional rail platform for SEPTA trains. In my case, it was less than 5 minutes. SEPTA's airport line is a one-seat, one-fare ride that connects all airport terminals with all Center City public transit hubs, as well as setting you within walking distance of the city's historic sites, and providing a direct link to all Amtrak services serving Philly. The line is fully electrified and utilizes Silverliner 4 and 5 EMUs over 9.4 miles of right-of-way. The service was initiated in 1985, but the railroad dates back to 1838, running nearby both freight lines and the busy Northeast Corridor main line, where Northeast Corridor Amtrak trains and Acela trains run every day. All three of Philly's historic railroad companies were represented on parts of this trackage over 2 centuries, before SEPTA began operations on it, concluding with a new connection to Philadelphia International Airport.
Very informative.
Fares are a reasonable $7.50 per rider with a key card, available from vending machines at either the airport or any Center City stations. That's a bargain compared to New York's AirTrain, and the less than 20-minute running time makes avoiding traffic on Philly's freeways really simple. The rail cars in our train are the venerable Silverliner 4s, which are either stalwart classics of the Northeast commuter lore or pathetically inferior to the newer Silverliner 5s, depending on who you ask. Having ridden both on our day in Philly, I can say that the front rail fan window of the Silverliner 5s is something to be coveted, but I wouldn't hold out for one given the 30-minute frequency of trains on this line.
All downtown stop including Marston Branch, Eastwood Station, serving local costs to Center City, including all the Marston Branch, Eastwood Station network.
Hours of operation on the airport line see earliest trains arriving at the airport before 5 a.m. from Center City, with the last train back to Center City leaving the airport after midnight. Save for the very few really early flights, that schedule is adequate, but higher frequency and faster track speeds are probably the only low-hanging fruit that riders might seem apt to want for in the future. Really, only Washington, D.C.'s Reagan National Airport has easier, more frequent public transit access by metro rail on the East Coast, but Philly has a much simpler transfer from the plane to the train versus D.C. With no people mover surcharges or necessary buses, it's better than New York airports. Though SEPTA does run buses to the airport for additional service throughout the day and night, save for a few overnight hours. BWI Airport in Baltimore has a remote Amtrak and MARC station, but the shuttle buses to get there from the terminal tip the scales to Philly, in my opinion. Essentially, Boston's the only other airport with skin in this game, and I have yet to try that airport to public transit transfer, so I guess I have something to plan ahead and give it a try. light at the newer Jefferson Station, the de facto replacement for the Reading Terminal. Making use of the Center City Connection Tunnel, this modern station affords a modestly easy transfer to the much less clean Market Frankfurt L train subway line. Okay, now we're going to get over to the Market Frankfurt line so we can drop off these bags.
Next to arrive on track 1, section D.
But for our return trip to the airport a couple days later, we chose the historic suburban station to catch our airport line train. It's just a beautiful old station with a little bit of new paint shining up the brass. This underground commuter rail station was once a major depot for the Pennsylvania Railroad and served as the kitty corner counterpart to the Reading Terminal building, now part of the Convention Center and Public Market. The pale green paint makes the aesthetic of this station fantastically mid-century antique compared to the polished metal and glass of Jefferson Station's platform areas. The airport line with its 2 station stops south of 30th Street Station is an effectively concise way to get in and out of Philly by air. The people aboard our trains were really hospitable, and the conductor was ready to give advice to travelers that needed it. It's a good face for new inductee visitors to this historic city. If you can get a cheap flight into or out of Philly, whether it be to Philly or points beyond, the option to take the airport line via most forms of transportation within the Philly metro and in the regions beyond is arguably great via this region's dense makeup of long-distance transit options. For me, I was headed back to the Twin Cities on New Year's Eve after stopping by New York with my daughter the day before. Keep an eye out for some NYC Transit roaming in the future. I'm hitting the rails this week headed to Fort Worth, Texas, and back via Chicago. A video will come next week regarding Amtrak's Borealis with its substitute superliner coaches, and then a look at the Southwest Chief train and its connection to Oklahoma City via Thruway bus, and then the Heartland Flyer to Fort Worth. Keep watching for where I go from there. Thanks. I'll see you next time. Okay. America's most crowded airport.